Right, so guys, if you've been following the channel, you'll know that I've been wanting to do this video for a while, but I've had a bit of illness. So due to that, it's kind of put this video back. I've been wanting to do this unboxing for quite some time. I picked up one and then they completely sold out. Took me a while to pick up a second one so I could do the unboxing. But now I've got one, illness has gone. So basically what I've picked up is this, the Mcfarlane Batman Returns figure. Just have a quick look there. As you can see, it's a very good looking figure. They've got the likeness spot on, I think. But anyway, we're going to go to the desk. We'll have a look at the box itself, and then we'll get it out and have a little mess about, see what we think of the figure, get it on the old turntable and really look at this thing in detail. Yeah, let's check it out. Right, so let's have a look at the box then. So as you can see at the front, we've got the Batman Returns logo. Then we've got this nice sort of blue foil writing down the side. And obviously this is a Deluxe Theatrical edition. And as we turn the box, I mean, there's not really much to report here. Just says Batman and you've got the logo. But this is the bit I really like. When you get to the back, you've got the movie poster for the film. And that's because they did release Catwoman and Penguin, but if I'm honest, I wasn't really interested in them. It was all about Batman for me. And we've got a nice look at the logo, which I think was on some of the posters back in the day. And then we're back to the front. Now, if I just bring this up a little bit, it's a little bit of glare. You can probably see there's a card in there and a couple of weapons and obviously Michael Keaton. But we'll have a better look when we get him out of the box. We'll take a look then. So let's do that. So let's take a look at the figure then. So let's just get a good look at his head. I think that looks pretty good. That really does look like Michael Keaton. I think they've done a really good job. These figures, these Mcfarlane figures have got a lot better at doing that. I mean, the cowl, it's got that proper sort of look as well. Then you've got the body armour detail, because of course it looks slightly different in Batman Returns. And as we go down, the boots and that, all pretty spot on, I think. I mean, what I like about this is the cape as well. So they've not quite gone for the leather look, which is how it looked in the film. But what I do like is they've put wire in the edges here. So you can flare it out if you want to. And the whole thing sort of moves when you do it. They've done a really good job of that. Wire's normally only used in a lot of the more expensive figures, so I was quite impressed with that. But let's have a look at the joints, see how much he can move. So the head does move, although I would say it's a bit stiff. There's not a lot of movement there. Arms, yep. Shoulder moves out as well, which you'd expect with these figures. And then you've got the elbow joint. Let's just have a look at the elbow joint, actually. Yes, it is double joint as well, as you can see there. And let's have a look at the wrist. Yep, the wrist moves too, which I'd expect, and you'll see why in a minute. Let's have a look at the legs. Right, so leg goes out, goes forwards. We do have a double knee joint as well, so there's a lot of movement there. And then we've got the ankle. There's a nice clickiness about this, which tells you that it will last. A lot of these, when you start playing with them, they feel a bit soft afterwards. It's one thing that Mcfarlane, I think, has got really good at over time. So yeah, so we got the movement on the ankle. We don't have any sideways movement on it. Let's have a look at the waist. Yeah, there is movement now. Getting very stiff, but then this is a new figure, so I'd expect no less. So yeah, articulation is pretty good. I like that, and I do like the look of him. It does look pretty spot on. Right, so let's see, what else did we get in the box? Just stand him over there for a sec. Let's just lay him down because he's not on his stand. And speaking of stands, we do get a stand for him to go on. We also get this really nice sort of collector's card. Again, it's got that foil effect and it's the poster. And then there's a bit of blurb on the back about basically what the film is about, what's going on in it, just brief. Then we've got another hand, and this is so he can hold the weapons. say weapons, they're not really weapons in Batman's case, are they? So you've got the Batarang, and then we've got the grappling gun, which I think looks pretty cool actually. It's got the right look to it, I think. So yeah, pretty impressed so far. Let's get him on the turntable, let's have a proper look at him. Right, so here we go, got him on the turntable, which was no easy feat, I must add. As you can see there, he's holding his Batarang. I did want to also show him holding the grappling gun, but I had a bit of a nightmare there because the gun would not go in his hand. I don't know quite what they were thinking here, but when they've sculpted his hand, they've made it almost impossible to get anything into it. He's only just holding the Batarang, if I'm honest, and not very well. The wire, as you can see, is really good. I've flared the cape out a bit there, looks really nice. The stand seems to be pretty good, quite stiff though, very difficult to get on his foot. I was actually worried I was going to destroy the ankle joint on that side, because if I'm honest, it seems to be bigger than the actual peg, so it really took some doing. But at least I suppose you know it's not going to fall over. It's pretty securely stood on there. But yeah, just a little bit disappointed with that hand, because basically I had to swap out the normal fist hand to put that one on. And yeah, the other interesting thing about this is that that hand in particular that holds the weapons is his left hand. And I'm just thinking, is Michael Keaton left-handed? Because you would have expected it to be right. Most people are normally right-handed. So, yeah, so I thought that was quite interesting as well. But, yeah, nevertheless, you can't have everything, I suppose. But, yeah, maybe in future I need to look at that a bit more. Like I say, he's only loosely holding that. Couldn't really get a decent grip on it because there's not a lot of movement in that hand. But, yeah, maybe over time, you know, playing with it, because it is still new. If I muck around with it long enough, maybe I'll be able to get him to hold the gun. But overall, I think it's a pretty good looking figure. I do like the look of him. Obviously, I would put him in other poses, but if I'm honest, there's not really much to this one in terms of what he comes with. It's just a grappling gun and a Batarang. So really, he looks the same no matter what you do really on that. But yeah, I do think pretty good value for the money. Normally, if you want to get a figure that's this accurate, you normally would pay stupid money for it. So I'm quite impressed that they've managed to do this at this price. And I should add, this price, I mean, it was, when it came out, I think around £25. So pretty good value for money, that. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave that one now. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, consider liking, subscribing, because there is more stuff coming up. And I'll catch you later, guys.